historical accolades to his name. Initially, he delivered lectures on Kambaramayanam and Periyapuranam. For his memorable speech on Gandhiism in today's world, he received the first prize from the governor. He was conferred the Best Debater Award thrice in a row for the program Peridinum Peridu Kel, telecasted on Vijay TV. He conveyed the profound meaning and greatness of Tirukural to the masses for over a year through the Anna FM program Disai Kattum Tirukural. He was christened as the authority in Tirukural by none other than our beloved former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In a span of 15 years as a professional orator, he has delivered inspirational talks and has enthralled the audience at more than 50 venues in 300 plus stages. As an author, he has penned 2 books, Top 100 Ariviyal Medegal and Top 200 Varalatru Manidargal, which were published by Vigadan. Apart from all these, he is a bibliophile, storyteller, creative writer, motivational speaker, and a person well-versed in Indian history. Having cleared the civil service examination, currently he is working in the Indian Revenue Service, Customs and Central Excise. We welcome you once again, sir. Now, I request our chief guest to speak to our aspirants.
எல்லாருக்கும் தமிழ் தெரியுமா? How many of the people are from outside Tamil Nadu who don't know Tamil? Good, that's a big number. So what I would do is that I would shift both between English and Tamil. Okay? Is that fine for you? I would ensure that the essence what I talk in Tamil is conveyed to you in English. Okay? Is that fine? Because there would be people from Tamil medium who would not be that much well versed in English. At the same time, you would not be knowing Tamil. So I should do a balancing act. Okay? உங்களுக்கும் ஓகே தானப்பா? நான் வந்து அவங்களுக்கு தமிழ் தெரியாது, நான் வந்து தமிழ் தெரியாதுன்னா நம்ம பேசுகிற தமிழ் புரியாது. அப்போ நான் வந்து முழுக்க முழுக்க வந்து தமிழ்லேயே பேசிட்டு போயிட்டேன்னா அவங்களுக்கும் கஷ்டமாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அதனால் நம்ம கொஞ்சம் கலந்து நாம் வந்து இந்தி திணிக்கக்கூடாது நாம் சொல்கிறோம். அப்போ நாம் வந்து தமிழ் திணிச்சா எப்படி? ரைட்? ஓகே. இது ஒரு சின்ன பிரச்சனை என்னன்னா, இங்கே வந்து ஒரு சின்ன டாபிக் கொடுத்து பேசுகிறப்ப ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கும் எப்பயுமே. The problem over here is that நான் அப்படியே எல்லாத்தையும் முழுக்க முழுக்க I wouldn't be always translating whatever I talk in Tamil into English because it's quite hard to do that. But still I would try to say whatever essence. And if you have any doubts in which what I speak, you can at the end ask questions about that. Because what I'm planning to do is that for 30 minutes maximum, I will finish in 20 to 25 minutes of my talk. Then it would be a question answer session. Hope you get it. So that people who don't know Tamil can easily benefit from that. Rather than me delivering many things and asking you to take things, you can actually ask your question straight and I can answer it. That would be better. Okay. First, இதை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு இப்போ டாபிக் என்னன்னா ரைட்டிங் ஃபார் காம்படிட்டிவ் எக்ஸாம்ஸ் வந்து எப்படி ரைட்டிங் இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறதா எங்களுடைய டாபிக். சிம்பிளாக வந்து முதல்ல இங்கே எத்தனை பேர் டிஎன்பிசி ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறீங்க? எத்தனை பேர் 2 சேர்ந்து ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறீங்க இருப்பீங்க? How many of you are preparing for TNPC alone? Sir, TNPC, not alone, TNPC. Yeah, good. Okay. UPSC, almost all. UPSC எத்தனை பேர்? Okay. Other competitive exams? Yeah, okay. It's always a mixed crowd and some people just want to hear. Basically, the first thing which I would advise you for writing is that you just look at the syllabus of what exam you are taking. And the second, because being from, I trained in various academies and I had seen various IAS officers and IRS officers and many other professionals. The basic lesson which I learned is that don't just rely on academies. Don't just rely on mock tests. The best guide for clearing any competitive exam through writing is 3 things. They are very simple. First is the syllabus which is given for the competitive exam. The first thing is syllabus. The second thing is that the question papers of previous years of the same competitive exam. And the third is the most important thing, reading holistically 2 or 3 newspapers. நம்ம வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய பேர் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா, இந்த எக்ஸாம்ஸ் யூபிஎஸ்சி ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறவங்க இல்லை டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சி ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறவங்க இல்லை மற்ற எக்ஸாம்ஸ் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறவங்களாம் நம்ம பண்ணுற ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, நிறைய அகாடமிஸ் போவோம், நிறைய மார்க் டெஸ்ட் எடுப்போம். ஒரு ஜெனரேஷன் இருந்தது, போன ஜெனரேஷனுக்குலாம் மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் கிடைக்கிறதே பெரிய கஷ்டமாக இருக்கும். நம்ம ஜெனரேஷனுக்கு எப்படின்னா எக்கச்சக்க மெட்டீரியல்ஸ், எக்கச்சக்க டேட்டா எல்லாத்தையும் நம்மக்கிட்ட அப்படியே ஒரு என்ன சொல்கிறது, அப்படி டம்ப் பண்ணுற மாதிரி மொத்தமாக கொண்டு குப்பையை கொட்டுற மாதிரி கொட்டுறாங்க. அப்போ நமக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்க ஒரு பெரிய சவால் என்னென்னா, இதில் எப்படி வந்து நம்ம ஒரு ஒழுங்காக வந்து யூபிஎஸ்சி இல்லை டிஎன்பிசி எப்படி அப்ரோச் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஒரு 3 விஷயம் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். இந்த 3 வந்து நீங்கள் எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கனாலே உங்களால் வந்து பேசிக்ஸ் ப்ராப்பராக நீங்கள் நல்லா பண்ண முடியும். என்னன்னா முதல் விஷயம் வந்து ஒரு சிலபஸ். ஏன்னா சிலபஸில் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சிலபஸ் இருக்குன்னா முதல்ல அவன் என்ன எதிர்பார்க்குறான்னு தெரியணும். உங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் சிலபஸில் வந்து அவன் என்ன எதிர்பார்க்குறான், நீங்கள் யூபிஎஸ்சியோட சிலபஸ் எடுத்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவன் ரொம்ப தெளிவாக சொல்லியிருப்பான். நீங்கள் ஆன்சர் வந்து லென்த்து மேட்டர் கிடையாது. When you look at the UPSC syllabus, he clearly says that the problem is not the length. He doesn't worry about the length. The issue is about your content. இதே நம்ம நிறைய பேர் படிக்க மாட்டோம். நமக்கு நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ஸ்லாம் நம்ம காலேஜ்லாம் இன்ஜினியரிங் பசங்களுக்குலாம் இருக்க ஒரு கெட்ட பழக்கம் இல்லை நல்ல பழக்கம் கூட சொல்லலாம். பேப்பரை கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னா அந்த டார்கெட்டை முடிக்கிற வரைக்கும் நம்ம எழுதுவோம். ஆனால் யூபிஎஸ்சி அப்படி எதிர்பார்க்கறது கிடையாது. எனக்கு தெரியும் நிறைய நண்பர்கள் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப கம்மியான ஆன்சர்ஸ் கொடுத்து நல்ல மார்க் வாங்கணும் இருக்காங்க. It's not that you have to fill the paper and get marks. So syllabus is most important. So you're reading. I'd seen many successful candidates who would have pasted the syllabus in their rooms, separately pasted the syllabus, and they would actually memorize the syllabus. இது ஏன்னு கேட்கலாம். ஒரு சிலபஸை வந்து ஏன் நீங்க வெட்டி நீங்க மனப்பாடம் பண்ணல நான் வச்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வரலாம். ஒரு சிம்பிள் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன் பாருங்க. ஒரு டைம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பர் யூபிஎஸ்சி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பர்ல வந்து தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு யூபிஎஸ்சி முதல் தாள் ஜிஎஸ் முதல் தாள் எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து வரலாறு இருக்கும், இந்தியன் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி இருக்கும், அப்புறம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஜாகிரஃபி இருக்கும், வேர்ல்டு ஹிஸ்ட்ரி இருக்கும். இது மூணுமே சேர்ந்தது தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பர். ஆர்ட் அண்ட் கல்ச்சர் எல்லாம் இருக்கும். ஒரு டைம் கேட்குறாங்க பேட்டில் ஆஃப் பேனிபட் ஏன் வந்து பேனிபட்லேயே எல்லா பேட்டிலும் நடக்குது, எல்லா பொருளும் ஏன் பேனிபட்லேயே நடக்குது அப்படின்னு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் கேட்குறாங்க. This is a question of history, okay? You think this is a question of history. But unless and until you look at the syllabus and see, the syllabus also includes geography, you can't really approach this question from some other angle. ஏன் வந்து பேனிபட்லேயே 3 பேட்டில் பேனிபட் இருக்கும். 1526, 1556, 1761 3 போர்கள் நடந்திருக்கும். இந்த கொஸ்டின் வந்து அவன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பரில் கேட்குறான். அது வந்து உங்களுக்கு எது ஹிஸ்ட்ரி எது ஜாகிரஃபி நாங்கள் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரில் போடப்பட்டிருக்காது. எது ஹிஸ்ட்ரி எது ஜாகிரஃபின்னு போடாது இருக்கும்போது நமக்கு எதுன்னு தெரியாது. அந்த கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரை பார்க்கும்போது அது ஒரு ஹிஸ்ட்ரி கொஸ்டின் மாதிரி தான் தெரியுது. ஆனால் நீங்கள் சிலபஸை பார்த்தா தான் அந்த பேப்பரில் ஜாகிரஃபி இருக்குன்னு தெரியும். இந்த வருஷம் இன்னும் ஒரு பெரிய காமெடி நடந்திருக்கு. இந்த வருஷம் யூபிஎஸ்சி மெயின்ஸ் எழுது உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். இந்த வருஷம் வந்து இந்த சிலபஸ் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு எல்லாமே ஒரு இது எல்லாம் இல்லாமல் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. வித்தவுட் பவுண்டரிஸ்ங்கிற மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டாங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பரில் வந்து செகண்ட் பேப்பரோட கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கேட்கறது, செகண்ட் பேப்பரில் தேர்ட் பேப்பரோட கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கேட்கறது. ஸோ the thing is that they want a holistic approach to whatever question they ask. If you've seen this year question paper in mains in UPSC, you would have seen that some questions which actually belongs to, which we think that it belongs to second paper would be asked in first paper. For example, take Indus Water Treaty. This year it was asked in Indus Water Treaty. Indus Water Treaty originally belongs to IR. But what he asked is that environmental and hydrological issues in first paper. So you can give a geographical approach and you can also give an IR approach. உங்களுக்கு இந்த வருஷம் என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா இண்டஸ் வாட்டர் ட்ரீட்டியை வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பரில் கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. உங்களுக்கு சர்வதேச உறவுகள் வந்து யூபிஎஸ்சியை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் 2வது தாள் தான். அதை முதல் தாளில் கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. அவன் என்ன கேட்குறான், உங்களுக்கு அது ஒரு சுற்றுப்புறச்சூழல் சார்ந்து, நீரியல் சார்ந்து, இல்லை மற்ற விஷயங்கள் ஒரு இதெல்லாம் எப்படி பாதிக்குதுன்னு எழுதுங்கிறான். அப்போ நீ ஒரு கொஸ்டினை வந்து பல்வேறு ஆங்கிளில் யோசிக்கிறியா, உனக்கு ஆன்சர் வந்து அந்த மூமெண்ட்ல யோசிச்சு இப்படி எழுத முடியுதா அப்படிங்கிறத அவன் பார்க்குறான். ஸோ சிலபஸ் மொதல் விஷயம். செகண்ட் திங் இஸ் தட் as I told question papers. There would be various books you would have seen like GS books which Tata McGraw publishes and other publishers publish, which would be bulky, Arihant. If you look at those syllabus, what many of my friends do is that, but prelims it is okay. For prelims, if you take a particular book and you revise for let's say at least 15 years and get an idea, it's very fine. It's fine to some extent. But it is not applicable to mains. உங்களுக்கு காம்படிட்டிவ் எக்ஸாம்ஸ்ல இந்த மெயின்ஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா ஒரு வருஷம் கேட்ட கொஸ்டின் அடுத்த வருஷம் ரிப்பீட் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. நல்லா கவனிச்சு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஒரு வருஷம் கேட்ட கேள்வி மெயின்ஸில் ரிப்பீட் ஆகாது, ப்ரிலிம்ஸில் ரிப்பீட் ஆகுது. அட்லீஸ்ட் ப்ரிலிம்ஸில் ஒரு ஐடியா கிடைக்கும் எப்படி கேட்குறாங்க என்ன பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு. மெயின்ஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நம்ம புரிஞ்சிக்க வேண்டிய முதல் விஷயம் என்னன்னா அங்கே கேள்வி கேட்குறப்ப அவன் எப்படி கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் எவால்வ் ஆயிருக்குன்னு பார்க்கணும். கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர்ஸ் அதுக்கு தான் பார்க்கணும். கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரில் வந்து அதே கேள்வி திருப்பி கேட்டாலும் அந்த கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் பார்க்கக்கூடாது. நம்ம பண்ணுற ஒரு பெரிய தப்பு தான். டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சியில் கொஞ்சம் ஓரளவுக்கு ஓகேவா இருக்கலாம். டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சியில் அந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் ஓரளவுக்கு ரிப்பீட் ஆகும், வேற ஃபார்மேட்டில் கேட்பாங்க. பட் யூபிஎஸ்சியை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அட்லீஸ்ட் யூ லுக் அட் த லாஸ்ட் 3 years 2014, 15 and 16 question papers means you would realize that there is a tilt towards current affairs, are asking issues which are related to current affairs. It may evolve next year 2017, it may change. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர்ஸ் நீங்க பார்க்கும்போது தான் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் எடுக்கிறவங்களுடைய பல்ஸ், எடுக்கிறவங்க வந்து என்ன எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்றாங்கிறது மாறுதுங்கிறது புரியும். உங்களுக்கு நான் சொல்றது புரியுது இல்லைங்களா? இதுக்கு முன்னாடிலாம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா பெரும்பாலும் ஸ்டாட்டிக் டாபிக்ஸ் தான் கேட்பாங்க. ஏற்கனவே எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிஞ்ச ஒரு சில மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் படிச்சுட்டு வந்து அந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் ஆன்சர் பண்ணிடலாம். ஆனா இப்ப கேட்கிற கொஸ்டின்ஸ்ல கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் வச்சு கேட்கிற ஒரு ட்ரெண்ட் நீங்க பார்க்கலாம். கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் டைரக்டா கேட்க மாட்டாங்க, அதையும் நீங்க திரும்பி புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு இப்போ லேட்டஸ்டா போன வருஷம் யூனிஃபார்ம் சிவில் கோட் பத்தி கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. யூனிஃபார்ம் சிவில் கோட் பத்தி கேட்கும்போது அவன் எப்படி மாத்தி கேட்டிருந்தாங்கன்னா, இந்த பொது சிவில் சட்டம் வந்து ஏன் வரமாட்டேங்குது, அதுக்கு என்ன ரீசன்ஸ் லாஜிக்னு கேட்டிருந்தான். You know the answer for why uniform civil code is needed. Everyone knows the answer why uniform civil code is needed. But what UPSC asked in the GS1 is that why the uniform civil code is not implemented. What are the reasons for it? நீங்க எப்படி யோசிக்கிறீங்களா அப்படிங்கறத பாக்குறாங்க. क्वेश्चन பேப்பர் எப்படி மாறுதுன்னு பார்க்கணும். ஹிஸ்டரியில இதுக்கு முன்னாடி எல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா there is a particular chapter in Bipin Chandra called as role of capitalism in Indian history. If you look at Indian independence movement, if you look at previous year question papers of UPSC in let's say 2006 or 7, you would see that question directly in UPSC question paper. நீங்க 2000 நீங்க பிபின் சந்திரா எடுத்து படிச்சீங்கன்னா இந்தியாவுல முதலாளிகள் வந்து எப்படி இந்திய சுதந்திர போராட்டத்தில் கலந்து கொண்டார்கள் அப்படின்னு ஒரு டாபிக், ஒரு தனி சாப்டரே இருக்கு. அந்த சாப்டர் வச்சு क्वेश्चन கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஆனா இப்போ 2 வருஷமா பாத்தீங்கன்னா 2 or 3 years Gandhi and Ambedkar, they were the enemies. They had main aims with different ways. Bose, you quit Bose and Gandhi. Whether Hitler was the only reason for world war, from known to unknown, உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சதுல இருந்து தெரியாதது நீங்க எப்படி அப்ரோச் பண்றீங்க? உங்களுக்கு சொல்றது புரியுது இல்லைங்களா? உங்களை அந்த மாதிரி क्वेश्चंस மாத்தி கேக்குறாங்க. அப்ப இது எப்படி நீங்க புரிஞ்சிக்க முடியும்னா, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு எக்ஸாம் திடீர்னு போய் கண்ணை முடிக்கிட்டு வடிவேல் சொல்ற மாதிரி கண்ணை முடிக்கிட்டு போயிட்டு இருக்கேன், குறுக்கால எதுவும் வந்துட கூடாதுன்னு we can't prepare. What I'm trying to tell you is that I'm preparing something, I would go and write exams in the way I want. That is not the way you should approach. So ultimately academies would train in the way they want. They would say this question paper you read, this set you prepare. For example, there was this Vision IAS Academy. They became so popular in 2 years, right? Because of this current affairs and those stuff which they gave, and luckily or unluckily many current affairs questions last year came from prelims in that, and many people started believing like UPSC you can crack with Vision. But when people attend the last year mains, they realize it's not the case, right? UPSC they have a trend. என்ன UPSC நீங்க வந்து போன வருஷம் Vision IAS Academy ஒரு அகாடமி இருக்கு, அவங்க மெட்டீரியல்ஸ்லாம் கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. அதை பார்த்து நிறைய பேர் prelims prepare பண்ணிட்டு போனாங்க. அப்படி நிறைய கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்தது. அதனால நம்ம பசங்க என்ன முடிவு பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா, விஷன் படிச்சா UPSC கிளியர் பண்ணலாம், அவ்வளவு சிம்பிளா நினைச்சிட்டாங்க UPSC. இந்த வருஷம் மெயின்ஸ் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் அப்படி இல்ல, ஓரளவு கன்வென்ஷனலையும் கலந்து நார்மலையும் கலந்து கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. இது என்னன்னா UPSC என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா, they have a separate library. ஓகே, அவங்க வந்து எல்லா அகாடமியோட மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் அங்க இருக்கு. They have this habit of collecting all the materials of our academies. And also you should learn that what I am speaking about is I am speaking about the second question paper. And you will be also wondering that why to practice a question paper, why to look at previous year question paper. There is an answer. You know what? The road, the Shahjahan road in which UPSC is located. See, நான் திருப்பி சொல்றது வந்து UPSC க்கு சொன்னாலும் the TNPSC க்கு ஓரளவுக்கு நீங்க லிங்க் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். நான் TNPSC க்கு அப்புறம் திருப்பி வரேன். பட் எனக்கு TNPSC பத்தி பெருசா தெரியாது. ஓகே, சோ தெரியாதத பத்தி பேசாம இருக்கிறது பெட்டர். Rather than deceiving you saying that I know everything about TNPSC, something wrong. I know something I can say about that. But I think you can correlate to some extent whatever I say about UPSC. So I am coming back to that. Shahjahan Road, you have UPSC. There is Dholpur House. There is a particular center there in UPSC where 2,000 students can sit and write UPSC exams. Right? They have a center there itself. And you will be going and writing exams there. There was this ethics paper which was introduced in 2013, I guess. 2014, 15, 16, 3 years continuously, UPSC what they did was, they had this ethics question paper. First year, people were able to finish the question paper in 2014 immediately. Many people had 20 minutes time after completing the ethics question paper. In the second year, it was neck of the moment. Like you were able to finish just the question paper. In third year, it happened that you can't finish the question paper. It became a lengthy question paper. How UPSC did that? Because every year they look at the Shahjahan house people, no, 2,000 people sit. They are the sample, they are the test rats. You look at those people, you realize how these people react to this question paper. And then they change. You get the point? UPSC க்கு வந்து ஷாஜகான் ஹவுஸ்னா அவங்க ஒரு ஷாஜகான் ரோடு இருக்கு, அங்கதான் அவங்க தோல்பூர் ஹவுஸ் தான் அவங்க அகாடமி இருக்கு. அங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 2000 பசங்க உட்காந்து UPSC எழுதலாம், 1000 2000 உட்காந்து எழுதலாம். அங்க எழுதும்போது எத்திக்ஸ் பேப்பர்னு ஒரு பேப்பர் 2013 இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்றாங்க. 14 வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் வந்து அப்படியே முடிச்சுட்டு 20 மினிட்ஸ் வெட்டியா உட்காந்துருந்தாங்க நிறைய பேர். அடுத்த வருஷம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா கரெக்டா முடிக்க டைம் கரெக்டா இருந்தது. அடுத்த வருஷம் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் முடிக்க முடியல நிறைய பேரால. என்னன்னா நீங்க வருஷம் எழுதும்போது எப்படி அந்த கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரை நீங்க வாங்குறீங்க, எவ்வளவு வேகத்துல பசங்க முடிக்கிறாங்கன்னு ஒரு அப்ராக்சிமேட் 2000 இஸ் a big number sample size. ஏன்னா 15000 பேர் தான் உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்ஸ் எழுத முடியும். 15,000 only around 15,000 are selected 15,000 mains இருக்கும். So 2,000 வரைக்கும் நம்பர் இருக்கணும். You can really know it's a big number. Nearly 10% you have there. 1,000 people is 10%. Then you can really realize ஒரு heterogeneous crowd ஆவும் இருக்கும். ஒரு நிறைய பேர் இருப்பாங்க. அப்ப தெரியும் பையன் எப்படி அப்ரோச் பண்றான். அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி அடுத்த வருஷம் क्वेश्चन பேப்பரை மாத்துவாங்க. வருஷம் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் in ethics paper there is a particular thinker called as political thinkers, philosophers அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். There was not even a single question before that. Just they would quote a quote and ask questions from that. But this year they asked the philosophies of Rawls, ideas of Gandhi. Ultimate thing is that they keep on surprising you. So what I say is that if you look at 3 or 4 years or 5 years question paper in mains, it's better to look maximum 5 years for mains, not more than that. You would have an idea how the question paper is traveling. At the same time, have a caveat. This is this. Next year, he may completely surprise you with some other thing. Okay? நீங்க யூபிஎஸ்சி क्वेश्चन பேப்பர் வந்து 5 வருஷம் பாருங்க நான் சொல்லும்போது நீங்க ஒரு விஷயத்தை திருப்பி நான் வச்சுக்கணும். என்னன்னா இந்த வருஷம் புதுசா வேற எப்படியோ அடிக்க போறான்னு ரெடியா இருக்கணும். ஒரு டைப்பா கிளம்புதே அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு வருஷம் ஏதாச்சும் புதுசா கிளம்பும். Prelims-க்குமே அது applicable. If you look at prelims also, they surprise you. They keep on surprising you to some extent. The thing is that, the best thing is that, if you look at UPSC, the best way to clear mains is this. It's about mind game. It's not about how much you know. It's not about how much you write. It's about how you prevail over the day. Prelims-லயும் அப்படிதான். உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு தெரியுதுங்கிறது யூபிஎஸ்சில விஷயமே கிடையாது. நீங்க எக்ஸாம் உட்கார்ற அன்னைக்கு உங்களால வந்து அதை எப்படி எடுத்துக்க முடியுது, அந்த கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் சுத்தி நீங்க எக்ஸாம் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு பெஸ்ட் ட்ரிக் சொல்லவா யூபிஎஸ்சி எக்ஸாம்ஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். மெயின்ஸ்ல பிரிலிம்ஸ் தெரியாது எனக்கு, மெயின்ஸ் நான் சொல்ல முடியும் ஷூரா. மெயின்ஸ்ல நீங்க போய் உட்காடுறீங்கன்னா கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் ரொம்ப டஃப்பா இருக்க மாதிரி தெரிஞ்சா சுத்தி எல்லாரையும் பாருங்க. எல்லாரும் கொஞ்சம் பேய் அறிஞ்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும். எல்லாரும் கொஞ்சம் பேய் அறிஞ்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும். அப்ப ஓகே எல்லார் நிலைமையும் மோசம் தான் போல அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சிடும். அப்போ உட்காந்து நீங்க ஜாலியா எழுதுங்க. You know, maximum marks which UPSC awards is around 45 to 50%. Maximum marks. It is done under the assumption that the best answer is yet to come. They are correcting, let's say one particular staff would be given maximum 250 papers. It is said that, we don't know really. 250 papers is the maximum number of papers which is given to a particular staff for correction. And he is given that, let's say, a golden thumb rule, something like that. The best answer may come at the end. Okay, so reserve the maximum mark, that is 50% for that guy. So the maximum mark itself is 50%. It shows two things. There is no such thing called as full marks in UPSC. That's the first thing. Second thing is that no one is going to get more than 50%. So why to put a lot of effort in a single question and waste your time if you don't know that? I'm not talking about essay. I'll come to essay later because it is the most crucial part. நான் வந்து இப்போ யூபிஎஸ்சியை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் உங்களுக்கு மேக்ஸிமம் 50% மார்க் தான் கொடுக்குறாங்க. 50% மார்க் தான் கொடுக்குறாங்க. கொடுக்கும்போது 45 to 50% மேக்ஸிமமே ஹையஸ்டே. இது எப்படி யூபிஎஸ்சி கரெக்ஷன் பண்றவங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஆளுக்கு 250 பேப்பர் வந்து ஒரு ஆள் கையில் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட கரெக்ஷன் பண்ணுறது கொடுக்குறான்னு சொல்றாங்க, தெரியல நமக்கு. அந்த 250 பேப்பரை கொடுக்கும்போது என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, கரெக்ஷன் பண்றதுல வந்து ஹையஸ்ட் மார்க்கை கடைசியாளுக்கு ரிசர்வ் பண்ணி வை. கடைசியா வர வந்து நல்லா எழுதிட்டா என்ன பண்ணுவேன் பெரும்பாலும். அப்ப அந்த மாதிரி தான் டிசைட் பண்றாங்க. அப்ப அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணும்போது யாருக்குமே 50% மார்க் போக போறது கிடையாது. ஒரு கேள்வி உங்களுக்கு தெரியாம போனாலுமே ஒரு let's say அந்த क्वेश्चனுக்கு வந்து let's say they are giving 12.5 marks, the maximum mark which is going to be given is 6 marks. 12.5 மார்க் ஒரு क्वेश्चனுக்கு மேக்ஸிமம் இருக்குன்னா ஜிஎஸ்ல 6 மார்க் மேக்ஸிமம் போடுவாங்க. 6 தான் மேக்ஸிமம் போடுவாங்க. உனக்கு 4 மார்க்கோ 3 மார்க்கோ கிடைக்க போகுது. அந்த ஒரு क्वेश्चன்ல உட்கார்ந்து ஐயோ போச்சே, இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு படித்தேன், 10 மாதம் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ண, இவ்வளோ எழுதி பார்த்தேன், இது தெரியலையே அப்படின்னு தலைமையில கை வச்சுட்டு உட்காந்தீங்கன்னா, what would happen is that you are losing other questions. You are not going to write other questions properly. You are not in a, you call as homeostasis, where you are in a perfect state of equilibrium, where you will be writing the exam properly. It's about a mind game. I would call interview as an one-day match. I would call mains as a test match. The best thing you can aim for mains is that having a draw before your optionals. Maybe you can hit a sixer in your essay, but in GS you should try to have a draw. In optionals you can go for the kill. நான் வந்து இன்டர்வியூ பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் என்ன சொல்லுவேன்னா, அது ஒன் டே மேட்ச். ஏன் இன்டர்வியூ ஒன் டே மேட்ச்னு சொல்லுவேன்னா, நீங்கள் இன்டர்வியூவில் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு 15 ஓவர் வந்து அவங்க ஒரு 4 விக்கெட் எடுத்துட்டாங்க அப்படின்னாலும் அடுத்த ஒரு 25 ஓவர் வந்து நம்ம பொறுமையாடி ரன் ரேட் ரிகவர் பண்ணி கடைசியில் 6 அடிக்கலாம். ஒரு மொமெண்ட், ஒரு லூஸ் பால் கிடைக்கும் போது 6 அடிச்சிடலாம். அதை வந்து நீங்கள் இதில் பண்ண முடியும், இன்டர்வியூவில் பண்ண முடியும். 25 நிமிஷம்னாலும் கொஞ்சம் பொறுமையாக டீல் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஒரு 2 மொமெண்ட்டை இம்ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா கூட உங்களுக்கு மார்க் நல்லா வரும். ஏன்னா அவங்களுக்கு ஓவரால் இம்ப்ரெஷன் தான். அவங்க ஒன்றும் உங்களை அந்த இன்டர்வியூ பேரே பர்சனாலிட்டி டெஸ்ட் தான், உங்க நாலேஜ் டெஸ்ட் கிடையாது, பர்சனாலிட்டி டெஸ்ட் பண்றது. பட் மெயின்ஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் என்ன பிரச்சனைனா, டெஸ்ட் மேட்ச். மெயின்ஸ் எழுதின ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுக்கு தெரியும், யூ வுட் பி ஹேவிங் மெயின்ஸ் ஃபார் நியர்லி சம் 8 days or 9 days maximum. 9 days would be the maximum time, and you would writing 2 tests in a same day, and without break the next exam would be happening, or maximum 1 day break. For few exams are there, so it's like you would be breaking your hand. At the same time, you would be given lot of space in answer. Again, this is what something I wanted to say. You should, the second point I finished about question papers, right? And third paper, I will come to this later. Third thing is about UPSC is that you should look at newspaper. Because in a மூணாவது நியூஸ் பேப்பர் நான் சொல்லுவேன். ஏன் வந்து நியூஸ் பேப்பர் வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியம் அப்படின்ற போது, உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சிங்கிள் கைட் ஃபார் யூபிஎஸ்சி இஸ் தட் இஸ் நியூஸ் பேப்பர். And also I would recommend 2 apps to you. You can look at either one of these apps or 2 apps. I would prefer the second app. One app is editorial opinions. Editorial opinions. You can't really read all the articles in this app, but the problem is that this app has a problem. You can read only opinions of one day. Around 6 or 7 newspapers are compiled there. You want a clarity in a particular issue, you click this app and look at that and get only opinion about that issue. The basic rule, the fundamental rule is this: read Hindu holistically and try to cover Indian Express. Not now, once you are preparing for mains. I would advise prelims, focus on Hindu, it's enough, more than enough. Once you are into the mains mode, once you are into the writing mode, then focus on Indian Express opinions. And even interview, it is better to focus on Indian Express opinions along with Hindu opinions. But other than that, there are some issues where you don't get a proper clarity in a particular issue, then go to this app called as editorial opinions. This app would help you to some extent in having a clarity. But the second app is more amazing. It is called as Napily. Knapily. It's a new app. Knapily. This is one of the most user-friendly apps because it has various things. It has 8 to 9 applications. But only I advise or request you to focus only on the news part. It has budget, it has some other things like that. It has 8 apps. It's a multi-purpose app. The news app beauty is this: you have when, why, where, how, why. Let's say there is a particular issue that is happening recently. Let's say there is a particular issue on whether environment or development. Let's say there is an issue in newspaper. It's a report. And what this app does is that it draws from 6 or 7 articles and compresses them and edits them and puts in a 7 topics. So you read that, you get a broader view. Hope you get it. இந்த ஆப்பில் 2 ஆப் இருக்குங்க. எடிட்டோரியல் ஒப்பீனியன் ஒரு ஆப் இருக்கு. இந்த ஆப் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு 7 நியூஸ் பேப்பருடைய ஒப்பீனியன்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஹிந்து நியூஸ் பேப்பர் படிக்கவே கஷ்டமா இருக்குன்னா எப்படி வந்து நாங்கள் இதை படிப்போம் அப்படின்னு கேட்கறது புரியுது. ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஒரு டாப்பிக்கில் உங்களுக்கு கிளாரிட்டி வேணும், ஒரு ஐடியா இல்லைன்னும் பொழுது அந்த டாபிக் அங்கே பேசியிருப்பாங்க, அதை மட்டும் எடுத்து படிங்க. உங்கள் மெயின்ஸ்க்கு நீங்கள் போயிட்டீங்க, உங்கள் இன்டர்வியூ மோடில் நீங்கள் இருக்கிறீங்க அப்படின்னும் பொழுது நீங்கள் இந்தியன் எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் ஒப்பீனியன்ஸையும் ஹிந்து கூட சேர்த்து படிக்கிறது கட்டாயம். கூட இந்த ஆப்பை பார்க்கலாம். இது வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட். ரெண்டாவது, நாப்பிலின்னு ஒரு ஆப் இருக்கு. KNAPPILY. இந்த ஆப்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட இஷ்யூ வருதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் லேட்டஸ்டா ஃபுட் வேஸ்டேஜ் பத்தி நம்ம ராம்விலாஸ் பாஸ்வான் பேசியிருந்தார். அப்ப என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா அதை பத்தி ஒரு நிறைய நியூஸ் பேப்பர் வந்து ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் டிரா பண்ணி, டேட்டா டிரா பண்ணி, ஹவு, வென், வேர், ஒய், வாட் இஸ் த வே ஹெட் எல்லாத்தையும் சேர்த்து கொடுத்துருவாங்க. ஒரு நாளைக்கு 5 to 6 ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் இருக்கும். ட்ரை டு கவர் as much as possible. Just you have an idea. See, again what I say is that don't try to take notes everywhere always. You can't do that. It's beyond human power. Trying to cover everything, trying to take notes of everything, it's not at all possible. The best thing to know here in UPSC is that you have your own set of limits. And you don't know how you would succeed. That's why it's called as unpredictable. So நீங்க படிக்கும்போது எல்லாத்தையும் நோட்ஸ் எடுக்கணும்னு பார்க்காதீங்க. படிச்சு முதல்ல புரிஞ்சுக்க ஆரம்பிங்க. உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப அவசியமா தேவையான நோட்ஸ் எடுங்க. So I touched upon 3 things. That is focusing on your syllabus, right? And second, focusing on question papers. And third is relying on newspapers. And obviously after this comes the basic books. right? For every subject, there will be a basic textbook, reading which makes you not commit blunders. What is this blunders, sir? For example, you have first paper, you have Bipan Chandra, Ramachandra Goa, normal law. For example, you can read either Bipan Chandra or Ramachandra Goa for post-independence consultation. Obviously, NCERT. One problem with us is that this. We see NCERT, we see prelims and mains as something different. We see prelims as a multiple choice question paper where we will be eliminating and answering, and we see mains as something where we will be showcasing all our literary skills. It's not. There will be a continuity between prelims and mains to some extent. And the other thing is that there will be various questions which will be drawn originally from the NCERT itself. If you actually look at NCERT, you can find there will be questions which, for example, the world history questions, I would say you this. If the world history questions, you look at past 3 or 4 years, almost 2/3 of the questions which are asked in UPSC have come from Arjun Dev, which is NCERT book. Hope you get the point. The thing is that they also know that there will be people who are coming from villages. They also know that there are people who are coming from humble backgrounds. When those people are there, they want to ensure that they get at least a hope in trying UPSC. What if I give a question paper to a guy who comes from a village and say, you answer this, and he doesn't know even a single word in that? He wouldn't come back to UPSC again. Something should be there, like you call it hook, no? Pulling a fish. You give some trap and he keeps on trying it. It's luring. So the same thing UPSC does. But what I say is that that's the edge which you should capitalize upon. Here is something which you can read and you can really answer the questions. Another thing is that they ask some questions, some basic concepts which you should answer. You should not be making a blunder. When you wouldn't make a blunder, then you should read the basic textbook. For example, they ask a question on World War. Let's say, why these groups succeeded and that group failed. They ask some question. And you should know the basic concept that Italy and Germany were on the same side. If you don't read a basic book like normal law, then you would mess up and put Italy in some other group and Germany in some other group. And let's say there will be some communist friends over here. They would be assuming that US and USSR were always enemies. Right? You would be assuming. And now in World War there is a situation in 1942 where Soviet Russia and US came together. So if you don't read basic textbooks, then you would be answering with the assumption that Stalin and Roosevelt were in the opposite sides. Then ultimately you are losing your marks. உங்களுக்கு யூபிஎஸ்சி வந்து சில அடிப்படை புத்தகங்கள் இருக்கும். ஒரு பேப்பருக்கு சில அடிப்படை புத்தகங்கள் நீங்கள் கூகுள் பண்ணாலே கிடைக்கும். நிறைய புக்ஸ் கிடைக்கும். ப்ரிப்பேரிங் ஃபார் சிவில் சர்வீஸ் ஒரு PDF இருக்கு. I would ask them to mail you if you want. It gives a basic idea about various textbooks which you should refer. Not all, at least. உங்களுக்கு ப்ரிப்பேரிங் ஃபார் சிவில் சர்வீஸ்னு ஒரு PDF இருக்குங்க. அதில் என்னென்ன பேசிக் டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்ஸ் ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்கும். இந்த பேசிக் டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்ஸ் வந்து மனப்பாடம் பண்ணக்கூடாது. இதை படித்தா நீங்கள் அடிப்படைகளை புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். ஏன் நான் அடிப்படையை ஏன் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா அந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் இப்போ இங்கிலீஷில் சொன்னேன், தமிழில் திருப்பி சொல்கிறேன். நமக்கு சில கம்யூனிஸ்ட் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் இருப்போம், இடதுசாரி நண்பர்கள்லாம். அவங்களாம் என்ன நினைப்போம்னா அமெரிக்காவும் ரஷ்யாவும் என்றைக்குமே எதிரிகளாக தான் இருந்திருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு நினைப்போம். பட் வேர்ல்டு வார் டைமில் 1942 வாக்கில் ரஷ்யாவும் சோவியத் ரஷ்யாவும் அமெரிக்காவும் ஒரே சைடு இன்னும் வாரில் சண்டை போடுறாங்க. நீங்கள் இந்த டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்கை படிக்கல, நார்மல் லோவியோ அர்ஜுன் தேவியோ படிக்காமல் போனீங்கன்னா உங்களால் இந்த பேசிக் கான்செப்டை புரிஞ்சிக்க முடியாது. கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரில் ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வருதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க வேர்ல்டு வாரை பற்றி, அப்போ நீங்கள் எழுதும்போது தப்பான அசம்ஷனோட எழுதுனீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு கம்ப்ளீட்டாக மார்க்ஸ் போக சான்ஸ் இருக்குது. It's not that you should read a book completely and memorize it. It's just that you should understand there is some basic logic. You shouldn't seem so stupid when you are answering a question. And even that can be said about polity. See, there is a particular question. I would actually now suggest you a simple formula. It's called as PESTLE. P-E-S-T-L-E. It's very easy. Everyone has told you. உங்களுக்கு எப்படி வந்து ஒரு கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரை வந்து GS அப்ரோச் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னும் போது, now I am going for GS. Now I am going to tell you how to approach GS easily. அப்புறம் இன்னொரு விஷயம் சொல்லிடுறேன். This is something which I should tell you now itself. This is something. No one knows, including me or the topper, no one knows how to get good marks in UPSC in mains. No one knows. We can just say this is the basic framework. And again, there is one particular interesting study by this National Institute of Financial Management. You can try that. See, இது சொல்றது வந்து எதுக்காகனா உங்களை பயமுறுத்துறதுக்காக கிடையாது. Just I'm trying to tell you something which you should always remember. நம்ம போற ரூட் தப்பா ரைட்டான ஒரு பயம் நமக்கு இருக்கும். அதுக்காக இதை சொல்றேன். There is a particular study by a mathematical institute called as National Institute of Financial Management, which takes the marks of students who appeared for UPSC in mains and interview for 3 years continuously. Let's say I appeared for UPSC mains for 2 years continuously, then my marks would be calculated both the years. Like this, they did a study of, let's say, 500,000 candidates for every year. 3 years they did. And to their surprise, they realized that the marks which are awarded to a guy in mains, both in optionals and GS, is near to random. If you take 3 years marks, there is no relativity normally. There is no connectivity between the marks he's getting every year. The same thing can be said about interview. At least in mains, there is a, let's say 0.8. If it's 1, it is complete random. குருட்டு மதிப்பு நம்ம என்ன ரேண்டம் கிரேட்னு சொல்லுவாங்க நம்ம இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜ்லாம். I would tell in Tamil again. It's nearly 0.8%. 0.8 the number. If you take its interview, it's nearly 1. 1 is complete random. What I'm trying to tell you is that UPSC is trying to be as unpredictable as it can be. And also teachers who correct your paper change. The grading method may change. So what I'm trying to tell is that stick to basics, work hard, do well, and hope UPSC would get you through.
Sorry.
நான் தமிழ்ல சொல்றேன். என்னன்னா நேஷனல் இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் ஆஃப் ஃபினான்ஷியல் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் இருக்கு. அவங்க ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான ஸ்டடி பண்ணாங்க. 2013, 14, 15 3 வருஷத்துக்கு யூபிஎஸ்சி மார்க்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கிட்டாங்க. எல்லாம் கவர்மெண்ட் ரிப்போர்ட்ல யூபிஎஸ்சி ரிப்போர்ட்ல இந்த மார்க்ஸ் கிடைக்குது, பேர் கிடைக்கும், எல்லாமே கிடைக்கும் ஃபைனல் ரிப்போர்ட்ல. அந்த ரிப்போர்ட் வச்சு அவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா ப்ரிலிம்ஸ் தெரியும் நம்ம அது வந்து
Good morning and a hearty welcome to one and all present here. There are no secrets to success. It is a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Anna Centenary Library, reckoned as the reader's paradise, is helping the aspirants to prepare for the competitive examinations by conducting orientation program every week. It is the platform through which the achievers guide the aspirants through their vision and experience. Today, we have with us Mr. Ravikumar, Assistant Professor, Presidency College, Chennai, who will speak to you all on the topic disaster management. On behalf of Anna Centenary Library, I welcome you, sir. Let us all stand up for the invocation of Tamil Thai Vazhuthu. Thank you. Now I call upon the librarian, Ms. Lakshmi, to felicitate our guest by presenting him a memento. Thank you, ma'am. I call upon the librarian of Anna Centenary Library, Mr. Nagarajan, to give a brief profile of our guest of honor.
Thank you, ma'am. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ravikumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography, Presidency College, Chennai. Mr. Ravikumar, MSc MPhil in Geography, is pursuing PhD in Geography at University of Madras on climate change and disaster management. He is specialized in macro-physical geography, microclimate change, EIA, and disaster management with 11 years of teaching experience. Sir is qualified in UGC NET examinations in geography and has cleared UPSC Civil Service main written examination and appeared personality test during 2007. Mr. Ravikumar has won the Best Won Young Geographer Award national level by Institute of Indian Geographers, Pune in 2012. Mr. Ravikumar has also 5 research papers to his credit and published 9 books under National Instructional Media Institute, NIMI, under the Department of Employment and Training, Ministry of Labor, Government of India. Mr. Ravikumar has undergone 21 days of training on disaster management conducted by UGC association with the NDRF at Northeastern Hill University, Shillong in 2012 and 14 days of training on microwave remote sensing conducted by NRSC ISRO Hyderabad in 2013. On behalf of everyone, I welcome you, sir.
Now I request Mr. Ravikumar to speak to our aspirants.
Okay, very good morning to one and all, and I'm thankful for the opportunity given to me to present my resource management informations to the civil service aspirants. Okay, civil service aspirant மட்டும் இல்லாமல் மற்ற அதர் காம்படிட்டிவ் எக்ஸாம்ஸ் கூட இருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன், கரெக்டாக? ஓகே, ஸோ அதுதான் நான் கேள்விப்பட்டேன். ஸோ இப்போ நான் என்ன சொல்ல போகிறேன் அப்படின்னா, இந்த 1 hour டிஸ்கஷன் அப்படிங்கிறது உங்களுக்கு டிசாஸ்டர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பற்றின ஒரு கிளியர் கட் ஐடியா கொடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது என்னோட ஐடியா. ஓகே, அதாவது அதில் இருக்கிற வேர்ட்ஸ் எப்படி பிளான் பண்ணுறாங்க அப்படிங்கிற கம்ப்ளீட் ஐடியா உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். ஸோ இதை வச்சு நீங்கள் எக்ஸாமில் ஒரு கொஷின் அப்ரோச் பண்ணுறதுக்கும் அது ஃபர்தராக நீங்கள் ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணுறதுக்கும் இட் வில் கிவ் கிளியர் ஐடியா. இதுல நான் ஃபேக்சுவல் டீட்டெயில் கொடுக்க போகிறது கிடையாது. இந்தியாவில் என்னென்ன ஆர்கனைசேஷன் இருக்காங்க அந்த மாதிரி இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் உங்களுக்கு கெட் இன் இன்டர்நெட். பட் நான் கொடுக்க போகிறது கான்செப்டுவல் கிளாரிட்டி மட்டும் தான். ஓகேவா? ஸோ 1 hour நான் டிஸ்கஷன் முடிச்சிடுவோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு என்னென்ன கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருக்கோ யூ கேன் ஆஸ்க் மீ. ஓகேவா? வித் மை எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் வித் ட்ரைனிங். அதுக்கப்புறம் நிறைய எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் நான் உங்களுக்கு எடுத்து கோட் பண்ணுறேன். ஓகேவா? இப்போ ப்ரெசன்டேஷனுக்குள்ளே போகலாமா? ஓகே ஓகே ஃபஸ்ட்டு நான் கொஸ்டின் கேட்க போகிறேன் அப்படின்னா, நீங்கள் டிசாஸ்டர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்டில் அடிக்கடி கேட்குற 2 வேர்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது, ஹசார்டு அண்ட் டிசாஸ்டர். எல்லோரும் கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க, கரெக்டாக? ஸோ நான் ஒரு சில கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கேட்பேன், இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணிட்டே வாங்க, அப்போ தான் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா போயிட்டே இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? ஹசார்ட் அண்ட் டிசாஸ்டர் ரெண்டுக்கு என்ன டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க? இல்லை ரெண்டும் ஒரே வேர்டு தானா? இல்லை எனிபடி சேவ் எனி ஐடியா? ஜஸ்ட் அப்படியே சொன்னீங்கன்னா வி கோ ஆன் வித் இட். ஆனால் கொஞ்சம் இன்புட் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா தென் வி கோ. ஸோ எந்த அளவுக்கு உங்களுக்கு தெரியுதுன்னு பார்த்துருப்பேன். ஆனால் ஒரு சிலர் சொல்லுங்கள். ஓகே, பர்செப்ஷன். Okay, possibility. Okay, but disaster? That is happen. Okay. Any other contradictory view? Sir, both are same. அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி யாரா சொல்கிறீங்களா? Anybody? Okay. Okay, when hazard become disaster then? Okay, so I will give you a little bit clarity. Okay. Suppose take an example, an event of an earthquake with a magnitude of 9 Richter scale. Okay, 9 Richter scale. So just imagine with 9 Richter scale. Okay, but it's in a Thar desert. Okay, it's Thar desert. So do you have any damage? No, right? If the same earthquake, if it occurs in our own city, so think about what will happen. That will be a huge catastrophe, right? Okay, same event if it occurs in the city of Tokyo, whether it's similar or it will be different. It will be mitigated, right? So you use the word the mitigation, right? So you will get to know at the end. So what is mitigation, right? So whether you use the word mitigation right or wrong அப்படிங்கிறது உங்களுக்கு கடைசியில் தெரியும். ஓகே, ஸோ ஓகே மிட்டிகேஷன்னா குறைக்கிறது அப்படிங்கிற மட்டும் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். கரெக்டாக மிட்டிகேஷன் வேர்டு யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. ஸோ எதனால் அப்படி சொல்ல வரீங்க? So they prepared for that. They have some technique. So for example, earthquake resistance buildings அப்படின்னு வச்சுருப்பாங்க, கரெக்டாக? பட் நம்ம ஓன் சிட்டியில் இருக்கா? Do you have any other earthquake resistance buildings in our Chennai? No. Okay. So all the 3 are similar event. Okay, the same event. Earthquake with 9 Richter scale in Thar desert in Chennai and Tokyo. Okay. So which one is called as a disaster? Why not other 2? Why not other 2? If he says earthquake is a disaster event, why not? So ultimately there is no loss. Whether they prepared us, there is no loss, right? So there are 2 terminologies, hazard and disaster. So this is the very, very important component. Hazard is an event Hazard is an event which has a potential to create a damage. It may be anthropogenic or it may be a natural. It has a potential to create damage to the environment or economic activity or a public life. This all the events are considered as a hazardous events. Okay. So hope so. I think you'll get all the printouts of my PPT. So at the end of the class. Okay. Va? So no, just listen பண்ணுங்க, interact பண்ணுங்க. So நீங்க notes எடுத்து உங்களுடைய கான்செப்ட் மிஸ் ஆகக்கூடாது அப்படினால so they have I told them they prepared all the material. Class முடிஞ்சு போகையில நீங்க வாங்கிட்டு போயிடுங்க. So just listen it. So keep it in your mind. Okay. Instead of keeping the notes, so keep it in your mind. Okay. இப்போ hazard அப்படிங்கிறது we have discussed. Okay, this is a potential event. It may be induced by a natural or may be induced by an anthropogenic function. It may create some damage. Right? Okay. If we come back to the same example, earthquake is a hazardous event. We got clear. It's not a disaster event. It is a hazardous event. But in Thar Desert, there is no damage. In Chennai, there's a damage. Tokyo, no damage. Right? So, why this difference? Anybody, can you clearly pick the point from that? Impact on what? Okay, economy, livelihood, environment. Okay, the same thing also is there. But why not in Thar Desert? It's absent. This component is absent. See, absolutely there is one equation where the hazard and it has a potential to get damage. It means there must be something to get a damage. But there must be something to be there to get damaged by the hazardous event. That element is called vulnerability. Got it? When hazardous event is acting on the vulnerability, it becomes a disaster. So what is vulnerability? That's the second terminology in disaster. What is vulnerability? Damage. That's it. Chance of getting damage. So it's having a high probability or a chances of getting damage during the hazardous event. That is called vulnerability. Right? So where hazard and vulnerability meets, it becomes a disaster. If you make a line between, it won't become a disaster. Right? So what is that line? What is that line? How to put a line between hazard and disaster, hazard and vulnerability, both not meets up. Like a Berlin Wall. Safety measures, precautionary measures, then anything else. Everything, then anything else. Okay, so what we call it as precautionary measures and safety measures, whether it's possible, everybody can do that. Why Chennai didn't prepare on the disaster management of earthquake, but why Tokyo they prepared it? Okay, lot of earthquake. Okay, if do you think if Chennai is earthquake, is it possible to change all the buildings to the earthquake resistant building like Tokyo? Why not? What is the meaning of viability? What is the content of that? Affordability. Got it? It's affordability. So this shows the line between the hazard and vulnerability, the capacity acting as a barrier between two. Okay, so capacity plays a barrier between hazard and vulnerability. How strong that barrier, the both never meets together. If it's a weaker barrier, it will create disaster. So finally, we come across the three words: hazard, vulnerability, and capacity. These three are the elements of disaster which results in one place. Got it? So can you do the next one? So this we have discussed. Next one. So therefore the three major components: hazard, vulnerability, capacity. These three are the major component of a disaster. Okay. If okay, next question. So if all of you are suppose you become an administrative officer of a district. Okay, of a district. If you are posted as a disaster management commissioner at present scenario, right? What will be your first step? Where will you start your function on disaster management? Whether you start from the hazard or in a vulnerability or from a capacity? Capacity building? Vulnerability? Anything else? So we have to start from the third one. Where? From the hazardous one. First, we have to analyze the classification of a hazardous potential of the region. What are the hazardous activities? Natural hazardous and anthropogenic hazardous. So there is no word is called as man, but it's anthropogenic. Okay, and we classify it and make regulations to reduce the hazardous activities as much as possible. So potential will be reduced now. So to make a rules and regulations, make it zero. There is no anthropogenic hazardous event. Okay, instead of creating the hazardous profile, if you are directly going to the capacity, we have to spend a lot of money and energy without taking the fire out of the stove and we are putting water on the milk. புரியுதா? சாதாரணமாக சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, பால் பொங்கி வரும்போது நம்ம தீயை எடுக்காமல் தண்ணி ஊற்றிக்கிட்டே இருந்தால் பால் பொங்குறது நிற்காது. அதே மாதிரி தான் என்ன டிசாஸ்டர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் ஆக்டிவிட்டியாக இருந்தாலும் தேர் மஸ்ட் பி எ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் டுவேர்ட்ஸ் தி ஹசார்டஸ் ஈவெண்ட், ரிடக்ஷன் ஆஃப் ஹசார்டஸ் ஈவெண்ட். அதை பண்ணிட்டேங்கன்னா தான் அப்புறம் தான் வல்னரபிலிட்டி குறைக்கணும். த லாஸ்ட் ஒன் தட் இஸ் கெப்பாசிட்டி பில்டிங் மெஷர்ஸ். நாம் இந்த ரெண்டுல எதுவுமே பண்ணாமல் இஃப் யூ ஆர் டைட்லி கோயிங் டு த கெப்பாசிட்டி பில்டிங் மெஷர்ஸ், வி ஆர் ஸ்பெண்டிங் லாட் ஆஃப் மணி ஆஃப் தி பப்ளிக் அண்ட் டைம் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். அப்போது என்ன பண்ணால், ஸோ வி ஹேவ் டு ப்ரிப்பேர் அ டேபிள். ஓகேவா? வாட் ஆர் தி ஹசார்டஸ் ஈவெண்ட், நேச்சுரல் ஹசார்டஸ் ஈவெண்ட், அது ஹசார்டஸ் ஈவெண்ட். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் போங்க. ஸோ நீங்கள் நெக்ஸ்ட் போய்டும். ஸோ ஹசார்டஸ் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒரு டேபிள் வரும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ ஹியர் ஓகே. ஸோ இந்த கிளாஸிஃபிகேஷனில் நம்ம உங்களுடைய ரீஜனில் என்ன இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறத தட் இஸ் அ மேஜர் கிளாஸிஃபிகேஷன். அதில் எந்த நேச்சுரல் ஆந்திரபிரதேஷ் ஹசார்டஸ் ஈவெண்ட்டெல்லாம் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணிடலாம். நேச்சுரல் ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் we cannot do anything with that. It's go on a natural and we have to plan only the natural hazardous event now as you are able to reduce all the anthropogenic hazardous activities. You make it zero. Then we have to prepare disaster prone regions. These are the regions maybe based on the landslide, based on the earthquake or based on the cyclone, based on the flood. Now we are preparing zonation maps and we are going to find the vulnerable regions now. Vulnerability. Right? We had identified what vulnerability. So vulnerability, we see the what is vulnerability and the classification later on. And now reduce the vulnerability in the locations. Okay, if there is no vulnerability, so no need of going for capacity building measures, right? And if not possible to reduce the vulnerability at all, not possible. It's not possible to evacuate the people, those who are living in the Adayar bank. So it's not possible. But what we can do now? Now is we have third option. We have to build capacity building measures. That's it. Now we have to prepare ourselves. We go for precautionary measures, training the public and everything. We go for capacity building for that very minor vulnerable locations. Got it? So this is proper disaster management. Okay. So next one. Okay. Now we go on one by one. So we have seen the hazardous event. You see the table. So geology vulnerability, geology hazardous event, and meteorology hazardous event, and everything you have it on in the technical matters. Let's leave it on. We go with vulnerability. In a vulnerability, we have two important conditions. One is a physical vulnerability, another is socio-economic vulnerability. This is very, very important thing. Physical vulnerability means a person is considered as a vulnerable. When a person will be considered as a vulnerable? In what condition? If the person is not able to save himself, he become a vulnerable. Got it? So this is based on his physical condition, okay, or maybe based on his age, or based on the gender. After 2004 tsunami, the gender has been added into the vulnerability. Okay. Normally, a region which are prone to vulnerability, the people are, the first step will go to how many children are there. Number one, children, then they cannot evacuate themselves. They cannot save themselves. We need some assistance. And old age people. The third one, hospital patients. Those who are not able to walk, they are lying in the bed. We have to give some assistance to them. So these three are highly vulnerable. These are the physical vulnerability. And the fourth one, after the 2004 tsunami, we added as a gender. Because most of the death, more than 70% of the death of 2004 tsunami are females. It's considered because of their physical ability and the dressing. They cannot swim or they cannot run. It's considered as gender also become a vulnerability. Got it? So now these are the physical vulnerabilities. So when you are planning for disaster management, we should know how many schools in the region, how many hospitals in the region, whether it is acting as a, any school, suppose a school is acting as a shelter to become a capacity. If a school in the region of a hazardous zone is become a vulnerable. Got it? This is the difference. January 26 on 2001, morning 8 o'clock. Do you remember what happened? Anybody? January 26 on 2001. Morning 8 o'clock. It's a Republic Day. Earthquake in Gujarat. Okay. The most of the catastrophes are in schools, school children. They doesn't know what to do. Got it? So this is the problem. So that's why if in a school or hospitals, some hospitals will be acting as a capacity which is away from the prone zone. If any hospital located inside the prone zone is considered as the first priority to evacuate. Because we have many patients, though those need assistance for them. We have to evacuate the people. Right? This is physical vulnerability. The next one. Next one is the socio-economic vulnerability. Compared to the physical vulnerability, we have a more socio-economic vulnerability at present scenario in our society. Based on the poverty, based on a low income level, the people has to be live in the condition where they should not live. Can you give some examples? So I'm saying it's a highly vulnerable location. So we should not live in the region, but people they are living slums. Okay, slums and the buildings, highly dangerous building. It's not possible to survive inside the building. Anytime it collapses, but they are living because they don't have any other option. So these are socio-economic vulnerability. So these are things we have to be considered before going to identify the vulnerable zones and the vulnerability of the region. And if any agricultural land is located very near to the coast, is always vulnerable for cyclone and tsunami. So if one cyclone comes, all the agricultural crops will be damaged. When tsunami comes, all the soil will get salinized. Highly prone. Right? If any buildings, if unless otherwise the terrace building on the coastal region is highly prone to damage due to cyclone, it will fly off. It will induce human casualty. It's a vulnerability. If any building, if anything gets damaged, if that may induce the casualty, that also considered as a vulnerability. Right? So in what way we are measuring vulnerability, whether you are considering as a human life or you are taking animal husbandry or taking crops or trees or buildings, whatever, based on your perception and what you are planning it. Recently, Chennai experienced a landfall of a cyclone. What is the name of that? Vardha. Okay. What we considered as a vulnerability? Hope so all of you were there during the landfall of the cyclone. No, that I'm saying what we considered. I didn't ask what happened. So what we consider as a vulnerability, because what we feel vulnerable, that will be planned in a disaster management. So we considered public life is a vulnerability. So we told all the people should not come out, cut the power, shut down, and keep all the some precautionary measures on the roadside. If any tree falls, we'll take it out, make the road clear to move. Right? So we considered as a public should not get disturbed. That is the only one thing. So we considered public life is the only factor as a vulnerability. Okay? There are many things could be considered as vulnerability. What are other things? trees also could be considered. How many trees? More than 16,000 trees have been fallen, right? Is it possible? How long it take to grow a tree? 20 years? And a single day the tree has fallen on the ground. So why do we not consider the tree as a vulnerability? Right? So we can consider anything as a vulnerability. We have to act according to that, based on our condition, our need, our future. Everything, infrastructure, building, consider road, everything we can consider. But if we want to consider the things, there must be a long time preparation for it. We cannot do in a single time. Single day we cannot do anything. So tomorrow war is coming, today we cannot prepare for anything unless otherwise you have a scheduled program for a longer time. That we'll see in disaster management. What we have to do, disaster management cycle we have it. Right? The next one. So this is capacity. So we have seen a hazard, but we have seen a vulnerability, then we see what type of capacity. So capacity we can class into two. Physical capacity, another one is socioeconomic capacity. Simple thing. Okay, what is physical capacity? Oh, okay, simple I am saying. In a village, the village and a remote village located inside a forest, okay, it may be very near to the village, any time it can flood up. Okay. If the river floods up, who is the first person who will react to that flood? Who will be the first person? Who is living in that village? So the people those who are living in the village, they should know what they should do during the flood. This information, if we impart to that person, the people those who are living, that is called capacity building. So not all the time government can go stand there, police can go stand there, NDRF go stand there, not possible at all. But it is possible, we can impart them knowledge, we can give them training to manage themselves. That become a capacity building. So exactly disaster definition says, if any community or a society, if cannot manage themselves, that event become a disaster. That's it. It will become a disaster. If they are expecting outside agents to come and help, it becomes a disaster. Clear? Simple. This is physical capacity building. So in the village there are 200 people are living over there, 200 people, there are 50 people old, 50 people are children, and 50 people are women, 50 people are young people. So we have a capacity 50, 150 are vulnerable. Got it? We have 150 vulnerability, 150 versus 50. So we have to build the capacity, 50 can save another 50, what about another 100? Got it? So we have to give them the capacity building, how to save another 100. This is capacity building methods. It may be, we can give a boat, we can give some other training, we can teach them swimming to everyone. Very simple thing. Teaching a swimming itself is a capacity building. Everybody knows swimming. A floods swim and they move. Matter finished. Don't need police to come and save me. We can only stand in the water. Got it? One small information. If anything, help them. Very simple. The weather forecasting. Tomorrow going to be heavy rain in Chennai. This itself is a capacity building measure. We have the capacity to predict the weather change, the rainfall. It's itself a capacity building measure. Got it? So this is physical. We have a physical conditions to measure everything. That is called physical capacity measures. And suppose a community, for example, 2004 December 26 tsunami, right? In Cuddalore district is the highly damaged district in tsunami. At that time you can see the lot of people, they were come out of their home, they started to help others. There's a mass cooking and mass burial, everything. They didn't wait for others to come. Right? So this is their physical capacity. They can take care of themselves. 2015 flood in Chennai. How many of you can forget? How many people they cooked from their home and they came out served to other people? This is the society itself has a capacity to manage. This is the physical capacity. Got it? So what about socio-economic capacity? Next one. So we have the money. Suppose government is having money, we turn into all the disaster management plans to activate. Okay, and So next one. And government has a plan to move the people from one place to another place. And the person has the ability to move from one place to another place to find another better employment. The person who have that much wealthiness, he can restructure his wealth again himself. They have a community, they have a community fund themselves to taking care of their community, their village. This is socio-economic capacity. So these group activities will be promoted to the region, to the public, who is going to affected to take care of themselves. Why I am saying all the time we have to give to the public, because public, the person, those who are on the field, is the first person who is going to face the hazardous event. How he is reacting to the event, that will decide whether it is going to be a hazard itself or going to be turned to disaster. If the person is reacting properly, if he is not getting damaged, then it become a hazard, it won't turn to disaster. If not acting properly, if you get damaged by that event, now it become a disaster. Police persons and NDRF and SDRF, fire service and government, everything will come after the event. But during the event, the first reaction, the response to the event will be done by the community. The community should know what to do. Every person should know what should be the responsibility of the person during the disaster. How many of you know if suddenly earthquake occurs here, what will you do now? The first moment. Now suddenly the building is shaking. Okay. Okay. So first is we flee to the open ground. Okay. That's it. So drop, cover and hold. So okay, DCH. Drop, cover and hold. This is a very, very important thing. So go to the where you are sitting, in the chair or table, go to it. So cover yourself. So drop, make it yourself drop, cover and hold the table. Why we should hold the table? As table will move away. So this is a DCH. Drop, cover and hold. This is the first information. Then what should do? Start continuously it's shaking. We have to move out. We have to wait outside. We have to move away. Move away. Move away. Completely move away. That's it. No, don't have any other responsibility. No, I'm saying what is your responsibility? That's the question. What is my responsibility? Yes, okay, I will hold it still speaking. I am going out. I will stand outside or I will move away. So this is no. So inform others also to be safe. Okay, inform others also to be safe. Okay, I'm saying whether you be here or move out. That's the only question. Yes or no, 1 or 0. Move away. Okay. So very simple matter. So when you are coming, you are signed out, right? You signed out, right? Now, so imagine there are 50 people inside the classroom. Okay, we had earthquake, and we know that somebody is running and going everything, and somewhere building is collapsed. Okay, and the responsible person, they cannot move away. They have to be here because they have to report, right? So gossip should not happen. Just I'm giving an example. Because if we are in Chennai, it won't happen, no problem. Then what they will do, they will take the list, they will count the people, those who are come out of not. They will say only 40 or what about another 10? Whether they're inside the building or outside the building. How they know it? Suppose you took bike, you went away. How I know whether you are inside or not? Got it? So what they will do, 10 people are missing, so we have to search inside. So they will alert the government, they will bring a search team, they will drill it, they lift everything to search other 10 will go sleep at home. The whom they are searching here. Yaar tedranga? So the entire energy, the waste, money, everything now here getting wasted. Instead of searching here, they can go some other place. Correct? So your responsibility You have to save yourself and you should give the information, I am moving out. I am not in this place. I am safe. This is your responsibility. This is emergency management. Yes, you are responsible. Yes, I came out. Please note down when I am moving out. I am not here. So hereafter I am taking care of myself. This is a responsibility. Yeah, there will be reporting place. We have to be assembled there. Then people will come and they will count it. So we have to wait. If for any emergency, you just inform. You may any other responsibility. You have to go and find somebody. You inform the people or inform your friend, those who are waiting there. You give my name also. I am moving out. There must be information. That's communication. That's all. So this kind of training. This is training. This training is called capacity building process. That's why always you say, whatever the disaster management plan, whatever the money we spent, everything is okay. But how much the public will get, how much we deliver to the public, that will be resulted during the event. Not the file, not the money. Right? So what we do, abdingarada disaster management cycle. So next. Okay. In the disaster management cycle, normally we used to say, there is a chance of high risk. Chance of high risk. Risk is the terminology used many places. Okay, va? Apo, what is risk in disaster? So, if the cyclone channel landfall aachuna, possibilities 1,000 crore damage aagum. Kelipattirukama? 1,000 crore damage aaga vaaipu irukku. So what is meaning of 1,000 crore? Expected loss. So expected loss. That means expected loss of vulnerability converted in terms of money. How much money we lost, how much building will break, how much bridges will come down. Everything converted into money. So that money amount, monetary benefit, that's considered as a risk. Right? So if Vada cyclone if reaches, there will be a calculation. So these are the buildings. If this building may get damaged, this may be partially damaged, this will be completely damaged, there is no damage. So make it account for all the buildings and make it total. If Vada cyclone is landfall, partially damage, maybe 5,500 crore. So we have to keep that money to ready for disaster management after the Vada. Clear? So that entire disaster management cycle will be based on the risk assessment. Risk assessment is converting all the vulnerability into money. So if you are reducing hazardous event, if you are reducing a vulnerability, then all the money of the risk will go into the capacity building measures. Got it? So instead of spending money after the disaster, we can spend money before the disaster, which is better. Same money we are spending it, but before the disaster. Which will you prefer? Before the disaster. Why? Prevention is better than cure. So simple statement of NDRF. Okay. More sweat in peace, less blood in war. Simple quote of NDRF. Same thing. How much we are prepared and spend time with the preparation before the disaster. Our disaster will be safe. Right? So next. So disaster management cycle. Go to the last one. Next one. Yeah. This is disaster management. There are 4 stages. Okay. First we start with the mitigation, preparedness, response and recovery. Between preparedness and response we have a disaster impact. Okay. And mitigation preparedness called as a pre-disaster management, and rescue, response, rehabilitation, everything come under post-disaster management. Right? So just I will give you an idea about all these 4 and you decide which stage is important. Okay, that question I'm going to ask the last one. So keep in mind. The first one, the mitigation. Mitigation is a stage where we have to work throughout year, in the preparation of a hazardous event, reduction of hazardous event, reduction of vulnerability and imparting capacity building measures. These all the three will be on a routine basis go on. Hopes in 2 days before we had a mock drill on the coastal region. What? Tsunami mock drill, right? So these are come under mitigation measures, right? Next is preparation. So preparation means we are putting all our preparation towards one event, only one event. Okay, if you have prepared everything, so we can get it ready to face the Varda cyclone. Right? So we are pulling all our resources, all our strategies to face one event. That is called preparation just before the event. And the response during the event. Okay, what we are reacting to the event, to the nature or maybe any event. And rescue, saving the people. The objective of rescue is to reduce the damage during the event. During the event, to reduce the damage. We are reacting, we are performing some function during the event to reduce the damage. Got it? So a flood, a person is washed out, we are going saving the person. Simple rescue. Right? Okay. Recovery is short-term measures to manage the person, and rehabilitation is a long-term program to bring back to their normal life. This is the disaster management cycle. Okay? And which stage is very important based on your perception. Mitigation, preparation, response, rescue, recovery, rehabilitation. Preparation, mitigation, response, rescue. Okay. Just I am giving an example. நீங்கெல்லாம் காம்படிட்டிவ் எக்ஸாம் படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கீங்க கரெக்டா? Okay, we will take the civil service preparation itself is a disaster management cycle. Okay, it's the best example. You start your preparation 1 year before. Okay, make it as a June your preparation started. June 3 is the next examination. 1 year preparing it. You are collecting material, going to the class, writing a test and everything, right? Just 1 month before May month, what will you do? You will revise all the topic, right? Okay. The revision, if it need to be best, it will be best. What will have to be done before? That 1 year preparation would be good. Then 1 month you can revise it. After 1 month, June 3, that event occurs. You are responding in your OMR sheet, right? The response based on your preparation. That preparation based on 1 year preparation, correct? Okay. Result comes. Result comes. The result will give you 1 or 0, right? Okay, that will be based on the response. If a response must be good, you will get a good result. If it must be good, the preparation must be good. Preparation must be good. The long preparation must be good. Without long preparation, within 1 month you cannot do anything. With 1 month preparation you cannot do exam well. With that exam we cannot get the result. So what do you think? Oh yes, I missed my preparation. என்ன பண்ணணும்? அப்படி படிச்சிருக்கணும். கொஞ்சம் ஹிஸ்டரி சரியா படிக்கல, ஜியோகிராஃபி சரியா படிக்கல, டிசாஸ்டர் மேனேஜ்மென்ட் படிக்கல, எக்கனாமிக்ஸ் படிக்கல. Then what will you do? You will plan for another cycle. Whatever we missed it, again you start from the June. Got it? The same way, disaster management, what we prepare in the entire 1 year preparation. Okay? So mitigating. So reducing the hazardous event, reducing the vulnerability, and imparting capacity building measures, everything as you go on daily basis, including mock drills, imparting a skill to the public, everything. And the event or particular event முன்னாடி தயாராகிறது சரியா இருக்கும். Then we will respond to the event well. That we can reduce maximum disaster event. If anything happens, we prepared, but some this building has collapsed. Okay, this region got some damage. Okay, there will be some plan problems will be there. So what next cycle? Okay, these all should not occur. What we can do? Okay, these are the regulations will be added to the next cycle. After the event, we restructure our plan for the next year. Got it? So same way. If you are 1 year you prepared well, revised well, responsibility fine, there will be the good result. The same way, 1 year if you have mitigation well, preparation will be good, response will be good. There are no need of any rehabilitation and recovery. This will go on well. Right? So at present, northeastern India, we are expecting one of the largest earthquake we are going to face it. We are expecting a nearly 8.6 or 8.7 earthquake. So government of India is spending a lot of money and giving a mock drills. So we were the part of the training in 2012. Okay, we went for assess the things, and that was the very important. We are expecting some huge event going to be, right? The same way, the southern part of Indian Ocean is expecting going to be a big tsunamis. That is why the mock drill is based on the part of that is global phenomena. Based on that, we have one mock drill. So like that, we have many events as a mitigation stage. So how strong is the mitigation? So disaster management cycle is not a single day program. It's a daily program. So it's go on daily basis. Clear? So next one. Otherwise, we have to construct houses like this under Chennai. Okay, this is end of my lecture. Do you have any questions? Then we go with some case studies and examples. Any specific questions in disaster management? This PowerPoint presentation you will get as a Word printout at the end of the session. So this can be used in examination. All the definitions, everything will be given. You can use it as such. Any other questions from your side?
You said mitigation and preparation. So does it mean the continued effort to mitigate disaster is preparation? What is the difference actually? Like both they fall under the same definition.
Okay. Good question.
And I have another question. Another question is you mentioned about socio-economical capacity building, and my question is insurance socio-economic capacity building? If yes, and what are the other socio-economic capacity building measures that are done by our government? Examples of other socio-economic capacity building. Like you gave an example of physical, but we need more examples of.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. First question: the difference between mitigation and preparation. Okay. Clearly, I said preparation is an short-term get ready to face the particular event, that one event. But the mitigation is an yearly phenomena. Is go on daily basis. Okay. So, for example, I am saying, if you take a Phylline cyclone, so landfall on 2013 on July on Gopalpur of Orissa, at the near super cyclone 212 kilometers per hour on land, right? The government of India is prepared well against that super cyclone. The first time in the world history, a large mass evacuation against a cyclone. So we have done in 2013, more than 5 lakh people evacuated from the region, right? That is preparation. Okay. If suppose cyclone create landfalls, if we evacuate, that is our plan, where they will stay, in what mode they will transport it away. If they have a 5 camp of 1 lakh people, for the 1 lakh people, from there they will get a food, milk, all such facilities, everything will be planned during the mitigation stage. Got it? So what we plan during the mitigation, that will be executed during the preparation. That's the difference. So that we cannot plan in a one day, but we can execute in a one day. That preparation gets longer period. Okay. For example, suppose government announcing is going to be evacuation. We have emergency protocol in Gopalpur. Everybody should know which road is used for what. There must be 2 signboards. Okay. Green signboard for normal time being and red signboard for emergency evacuation. If government's emergency protocol starts from now, everybody should follow the red color signboards. It may be a 2-way or maybe now it can be 1-way. This is way for ambulance, this is ambulance for fire service. This is for in or is out. This is for people, those who are coming in to take the people out, and this is only for the government people who are coming and going out. This all the plan, everything will be done before long time. That is called mitigation. That is mitigation. That cannot be done in a single day. But it can be implemented. That is preparation. Right? Okay. And you asked some examples for socioeconomic measurements. Okay. We have agricultural field on the coastal region. Okay. And if we have a landfall of a cyclone and all the crops has been fallen down. Right? Okay. What we can do now? So loss of agriculture. Now everybody expect government has to spend money per acre, maybe 10,000 or 20,000. This is from government side. But community himself, they may go for some other collecting money and go for another agriculture or revamping their land during the tsunami and everything they can do. This is not. Or maybe they can go for an insurance. Okay. Another very important thing. During the Thane cyclone landfall on Kadalur district, how many of you remember? One of the most disastrous cyclone in Tamil Nadu, recently. Okay, within one night, it sent back the district 30 years before. Within one night, because Kadalur is the largest cashew nut producing district in India, more than 80% cashew nut. Within one night, almost all the cashew trees has been fallen down with the impact of a Thane cyclone. Right? One cashew tree will take 30 years to grow, to give a return. Think about the farmer, what he can do once the tree has been fallen down. All the 30 years of expenditure and care, everything has been gone. Now he has ended up with zero 30 years back. So what we can do? Now we have to give them a technical assessment. What? If you are planting a tree in a region where going to be a cyclone landfall, the tree must be stand for long period. Okay, tie the trees. There must be a cement pillars or iron rods between the rows of trees. Once we have a landfall of a cyclone, tie both the sides, so tree will stand as such. This is the technical assessment to the farmer to get prepared himself. Socioeconomic capacity building measures. So like this, there are many things. Okay, in every sector we have many methods. Okay. Any other questions?
Regarding the Delhi smog, it is an anthropogenic disaster condition and mitigations we are doing. Can you just give us any more examples which we could quote as anthropogenic in the recent times, other than pollution aspect?
Okay, see, okay, very good question. Okay, if take, other than the natural process, simply if you take war, accidents, chemical, Bhopal gas disaster, okay, and Fukushima atomic explosion, and Chernobyl. So like there are many, it's very simple matter. Going by flight itself a hazardous event. Yes or no? Unless you reach the destination. Possibilities of catastrophe. Yes? Yes. Going by a ship. It's a normal life. So simply I am saying there are all the activities of a human being, there are possibilities. The smog is a long-term phenomena. It's not in one day where we created smog, not like that. It's a prolonged burning of fossil, burning of fuels and burning of agriculture waste and thermal power plant, dumping all the waste and increasing the aerosols in the atmosphere and create a smog. It's not a one day phenomena, right? But all the hazardous industries, very simple one. Without quoting the name of the location, I am saying it, okay? For example, the famous street in Chennai is very famous for shopping. Just before a Diwali day, just before a Pongal day, how many people will stand on the street? Can you imagine? But don't say the name. At least 1 lakh people. At least 1 lakh. If any fire occurs, no need to occur, just a rumor, what will be the catastrophe on the street? So, anthropogenic disaster may occur any place. Simple. Wherever we have a mass gathering. Got it? That's it.
Can we say that we cannot completely eliminate the anthropogenic? Can we say that we cannot completely eliminate? So you said in the first step, hazard, then vulnerability and capacity building. So during the hazard classification stage, you said we will divide it into two, the natural and man-made. And you said we'll have to reduce the anthropogenic to zero. Isn't it impossible?
See, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying is anthropogenic hazardous event occur, possibilities will be there, but what is the probability of reducing it? That's the question here. Okay, so we cannot ask the people don't go to that is a hazardous location, you will get damaged. But what measure we take if any accident occurs, what is the maximum possibility to evacuate the people to save them? That's the question. Right? So if you say like this, okay, we should not have any atomic power plant in India. We have it. Based with more security. We have the capacity to save it. So that is why. So we may have many events, many mass gatherings, but we should have the capacity building to reduce the damage. That's why I am saying maximum reduce our hazardous event or otherwise reduce the vulnerability is possible. There must be there meet. Yeah, put a wall in between. Keep a capacity over there. Simple. Any other discussion?
Trade-off between economic activity and long-term capacity building. Can we say that? And how far America is different from India? India is a developing country and America is a developed country. They have a capacity building. It is superior to ours. I can assume that. So economic activity is what is going to bring us from a developing nation to a developing country with all the restrictions. So it's a trade-off. Now, can I say it's a trade-off between the economic activity that we are involved in to bring ourselves up and the long-term capacity building that is also a costly. That we have to trade off with these two to come up. That is how the situation.
Yeah, so very, very important thing. In a society, there must be two things. One, there must be economic development, and there must be a healthy life to enjoy the economic development. Right? So if you are developing only the economy and we are not taking care of a healthy life, it doesn't mean the public will be very happy. Healthy life is also include disaster management. If you have always threat, I'll get damaged. If you have a lot of money around you, how will you save? Will you save? No. I need safe life and economic development. Right? So keep it two kindness. This is one economic development and also safe life. Who will you prefer? What will you prefer? ultimately we will only save life. Simple thing. So we need both, not only economic development, along with the safety and a healthy life. So everything will go on well. There must be a plan of economic development along with the disaster management. Any questions? Backside, any other questions? நீங்களும் தான் பேக் சைடாக நீங்களும் தான் அங்கே திரும்பி பார்க்க. Okay. I'm sharing some experience, right? I think also have 10 minutes, at least 5-10 minutes we will take. No problem. Okay. In 2012, when I was in disaster management training in NDRF, okay, in NDRF, 21 days. So we were with the NDRF. We have seen what work they will do. Okay, whatever we're reading in NDRF, these are functions of NDRF and everything. What really they are doing it, that's really amazing. We cannot imagine, oh, this is the functions of NDRF. So like that, they are doing it. So they were part of that, and 21 days we were doing that activity along like NDRF. Without putting uniform, we are doing all the NDRF activities. And the last day we had a mock drill of earthquake. So we didn't know that it's going to be that huge program. They didn't tell us. So they said, okay, tomorrow we are going to conduct a mock drill, and your people are going to act as some groups. So we had totally 21 members. All over India, we got selected by the government and we got given the training, and 21 members. And NDRF Assistant Deputy Commandant said, in among one, we are going to act as a teacher, and these are the group members. So there are voluntary groups we had divided. So I was in the search and rescue team I was. And they said, okay, we know that these are responsibilities. Okay, the next day, just we are walking towards the campus, we have seen such a massive preparation there, and we got some shivering because everywhere cameras, entire total state SDRF are sitting outside, and colleges, schools, the mass gang outside to watch our mock drill. It's going to be telecast in a TV. It's a part of state disaster management program. It goes to live telecast in the TV. Think about our just the thing is our class activity. Just we are moving towards the campus. We are sitting there without talking anything. What to do? So everybody is sitting outside. They are going to be a bell going to ring. Then we have to start. We have to act everything. Inside the classroom, there are entire people with the camera. That's it. There are 21 cameras. They follow each and every one. Begin with one camera. See that? All the 20 will be recorded and it will be evaluated. It will be telecast outside in the TV. The big screen, all the 21 cameras outside, it will be telecasted. The people will watch from outside. Because we are inside the building on the 4th floor, and what we are doing, everything will be watched from outside in the TV. So that was a huge experience. As we are once the whistle sound came, as siren has been raised, and we got under the table. This small plastic chair, we make ourselves go in, and we make ourselves a decision. Yeah, we have to come out, we have to move out line by line. Yes, come out, then we have to stand out, count. Then what I found is that there's another person who was sitting with me. He is one of the victim. He didn't come down. We don't know that there are 3 victims. We had to find them. So we went inside, we found them. So these are the methodologies. It's come under capacity building measures. It will give awareness to the public. Okay, in wherever I go, so I will very eager to teach disaster management in schools and colleges, wherever institute where I go. I'll take first my step, disaster management. I will give them some enlightenment to them. So what to do it? Okay. Very important thing for school disaster management, college disaster management, office disaster management, village. There are many varieties. Okay, we cannot prepare the school disaster management to the college, the same college to the office to the market. We cannot do that. There are different management styles are there. Everything will be given to the public, not in the books. Everything in the books, but how much it reaches to the public. How much colleges they have a disaster management course in their curriculum? Now Government of Tamil Nadu has taken steps to include disaster management from the class 1. They included it. It's the best way. They included it. We are molding school children from the childhood. Yes, there is something is called disaster. There is something called management. There is something called emergency. How to manage everything. We are teaching from the school children itself. If you educate a school children, if you educate a college student, they will educate their family. So this is the way how we can penetrate disaster management into the society. We cannot call the parents for disaster management training, but we can teach the students how to behave in a school during the emergency, how to behave at home in a home, how to behave in a market or in a public place during the emergency. This will be taught by the students to their parents. So this is the way how we can enlighten the entire community against the disaster management. It's not possible we can go home to home and teach everything. Not possible. But this is the best way we can go inside the home and we can teach them. These are the capacity building measures. It takes a long time. But this must be done. Each and every person should know what is my environment, what is the nature of my environment, when what hazards will occur, when I will get some information from the government, what is the mode of information, whether I will get in my mobile or maybe from the news or maybe from the mic announcement, what way I will get some emergency announcement. Then what should be my responsibility, what I should do, whether I should save myself or I have responsibility to save others, or I have responsibility to save some other activity, or I am going to be a part of a government during the program. It may be, or maybe a community to save or rescue or maybe emergency. Yes, I know that disaster management or during any emergency, I will go, I am part of NDRF, I will act with them. Or I will be safe outside, I will make myself safe, I don't give any burden to the government. So what will be your responsibility? So everybody will get know. So, but for this it take a longer period of time. So for we have to start from the schools and colleges. This is the best way to impart disaster management to the community. Okay? If all the persons, every person in society, if they know the responsibility, that society will be always away from the disaster event. Hazard will always be hazard, and people will live safely life. So thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Today, our guest, Mr. Ravikumar, has given us a very good insight on disaster management. It was really an educative session for all of us here. Thank you, sir. We have now come to the concluding part of the session, the word of thanks. I take the privilege to propose the word of thanks for the event. We convey our thanks to our Principal Secretary to Government, Department of School Education, for giving us an opportunity to listen to Mr. Ravikumar on disaster management. We express our gratitude to the Principal Secretary to the Government, Department of School Education, who has always been positive about their vision, his vision about Anna Centenary Library. We extend our heartfelt thanks to the Directorate of Public Libraries, Chief Librarian and Information Officer of ACL, and the District Library Officer for their support and guidance. We convey our sincere thanks to the Tamil Nadu Virtual Academy and ACL team for giving an excellent coverage of the program and making it available on the YouTube. We thank our colleagues, aspirants, and all others for their support and encouragement for making the program a success. Friends, kindly hand over the suggestion forms at the entrance. Just don't leave it on the place where you are. That's it. Let's all stand for the national anthem.
Okay, at last, so I'll say all the best for preparation. Okay, and போன தடவை எக்ஸாமுக்கு முன்னாடி என்னை கூப்பிட்டுருந்தாங்க. ஸோ ஜாகிரஃபி எடுக்க சொல்லி கூப்பிட்டுருந்தாங்க. பட் என்னால் வர முடியாமல் போயிடுச்சு. நான் அவசரத்தில் இருந்துட்டேன். சப்போஸ் இப்போ இங்கே செல்ஃப் ஸ்டடி பண்ணுறவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது பர்டிகுலர் ஜாகிரஃபி மட்டும் ஏதாவது டாபிக் வேணும் அப்படின்னா ஓகேவா, நீங்கள் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். என்னோட மெயில் ஐடி இதில் இருந்துச்சு, நோட் பண்ணிங்களா? இல்லை மேபி அதில் பின்னோட்டில் இருக்கும். ஓகே, ஜஸ்ட் மெயில் மீ, அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ ஐ வில் கம் அண்ட் டேக் எனி 1 or 2 டாபிக்ஸ், வாட் எவர் டாபிக்ஸ் யூ வாண்ட், பர்டிகுலர் ஜாகிரஃபி வில் கம். ஏன்னா போன தடவை பிலிம்ஸே வரணும்னு நினச்சேன். பட்